Our learning target is I can show and write time to the half hour. I'm not sure what it means by half hour. Let's discuss that. So when I think of half, it kind of makes me think of food. Sometimes I say I eat half my sandwich, or I ate half of a pizza. Mr. Annis and I each ate a half of the pizza, and when we each eat a half of the pizza, that means we actually ate the whole pizza. And so let's relate that to a clock. Like a pizza, a clock is also circular. And if we're going to cut the pizza in half or cut the clock in half, we would then have two equal parts of a clock. Well, when I drew that line, I went from the 12 to the 6. So when we say a half hour on a clock, that is meaning that half of the time has passed on the clock. We are halfway to another hour. Let's go ahead and now look to see, well, what does that mean? Because I don't think we usually say 12:06 is, half the hour. So let's go ahead and see what that means. So a half hour is 30 minutes. Oh, okay. And we can see that, like we talked about before, that half line goes down to the 6. When the minute hand is on 6, we can say 30 or half past the hour. So the 6 represents 30. And the reason why that is because there's 60 minutes in an hour, and half of 60 is 30. The hour hand is halfway, this is important, is halfway between 2 and 3. So we can see it's between 2 and 3, halfway. So it is half past 2, or we could say 2:30. So the hour hand is halfway between 2 and 3. So we could say half past 2. So we haven't made it to 3 yet. Or we could say 2:30, because we can see the minute hand is on the 6, which we said, well, the halfway point of 60 is 30. And this is the halfway point on the clock, is when it's down at the 6. Let's go ahead and we're going to complete a problem together. We need to first fill in the sentence. We're going to write the numbers in the sentence to complete it, and then we'll write the time over here. So it says the hour hand is between, well, what numbers is it halfway between? Well, it's halfway between the 4 and the 5. So 4 and 5. Where's the minute hand? Remember, the minute hand's that long one. The minute hand is on the 6. Well, using our knowledge, the hour hand is halfway between 4 or 5, so it's half past 4. So we would say 4. And remember, what does that 6 represent again? It's halfway, and that's 30. And again, the reason why it's 30 minutes is because there's 60 minutes in an hour, and we want half of the hour, so that would be 30. Let's try one more. Again, it says the hour hand is between blank and blank. Let's take a look. You see the hour hand up here. The blue hour hand is between 10 and 11. We're going to go ahead and write that. Hour hand is between 10 and 11. And so we could say it's half past 10, because we can see the minute hand isn't at the top of the clock. It's pointing down to the 6. So it's half past 10. Well, that means it's 10:30. Let's go ahead and we'll read one of these clocks. Again, we're just going to write the time, and now we're going to look. Well, we're going to look to see that the hour hand is halfway between the 8 and the 9. So that means it is 8, half past 8. That 6 represents 30 when it's the minute hand. So in that minute hand, the long hand points to the 6. It always represents 30. So we can say this is 8:30. On your practice work today, you will be answering a question that has a sentence for you to fill in and also to write the time of the clock. Let's do this example together. So it says the hour hand is between blank and blank. Okay, well, let's take a look. We see the hour hand, which is up here. The shorthand is between 11 and 12. So we would write between 11 and 12. The minute hand is on blank. We'll take a look. Where is that minute hand? That's the longer one. The minute hand is on the 6. Okay, so we can say, well, it's halfway between the 11 and 6, so it's half past 11. So we haven't made it to 12 o'clock yet. We're just half past 11. And the 6 represents what again? What's half of 60? Because it's half of the hour. It's 30. So 11:30. Here you'll just write the time on the clock. Try that on your own. But here I want to do an example drawing with you. So it says draw the hour and minute hands to show the time. And the reason why I want to draw this with you is because we got to make sure that we do the halfway between if it's a 30-minute time. So here it says, yep, it says 1:30. So when we draw the hour hand, it has to be halfway between 1 and 2 because we're halfway through the hour. So my halfway point, kind of gonna look here. That looks pretty good. Make sure this hand is short for the hour. So we're halfway between 1 and 2 because we're half past 1. And then the 30, well, we draw the long minute hand down to the 6 because that represents 30 when the long hand touches the 6. You'll do 2 more of those on your own.